Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem and here is the news. 524 days less the Russian invasion of Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that Ukraine highly values Poland's historical support and will not allow any political moments to spoil relations between the Ukrainian and Polish peoples, reports Ukrainska Pravda. He stressed that Ukraine is fighting for its freedom and that of the whole of Europe and is grateful to every nation that helps. We greatly appreciate the historical support of Poland, which together with us has become a real shield of Europe from sea to sea, and not a single crack in this shield can be, said the president. On Tuesday, the ambassador of Poland to Ukraine, Bartosz Cichocki, was summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kyiv due to the statement of the head of the International Policy Office in the administration of the Polish president, Marcin Przydacz. In an interview with the Polish media, Przydacz noted that Ukraine received really great support from Poland and that it should start appreciating the role that Poland has played for Ukraine in recent months and years. The relevant statements of the Polish official were made in the context of the situation with blocking the export of Ukrainian grain through Poland. At the same time, the office of the President of Ukraine called statements of Warsaw baseless and summoned the Polish ambassador to the Foreign Ministry. In response, Poland summoned the Ukrainian ambassador. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki sharply condemned Kyiv's decision, noting that such mistakes should not be made. CNN informed that the United States has not yet approved the final plan to train Ukrainian pilots on F-16 fighter jets, since European states have not agreed on all the specifics, reports European Pravda. According to the media, the US has not yet received the complete plan for training Ukrainian pilots on the F-16s from the European member states of the fighter jet coalition who committed to train Ukrainians. Washington, as the fighter jets manufacturer, must approve it before the training can begin. This includes permission to transfer special equipment for the F-16s, such as flight simulators and training manuals, as the training will only take place in Europe. Nor is it clear which countries will provide their F-16s for training. US defense officials told CNN that the United States is still considering whether to send US pilots to help train Ukrainians, but no decisions will be made until a final training plan is approved. The training plan concept provided to CNN by the Danish Ministry of Defense indicates that the 6-month course will train pilots and ground crews in several locations in Europe. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family, as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Deputy Defense Minister of Ukraine Hanna Maliar informed that Russian forces are trying to advance near Kupiansk, Kharkiv region, as well as Liman and Svatovo, Donetsk region in the east of Ukraine, reports Fakty. The defense forces of Ukraine are under dense artillery fire on all flanks. For 2 days in a row, the number of Russian attacks has been increasing on the Bakhmut front as well. Maliar stated that the Russians are not advancing on the areas they are trying to take, but very heavy fighting is ongoing. On the Bakhmut front, the Ukrainian warriors are advancing in the southern direction. In the northern direction, the Russians are trying to regain their former positions, but to no avail. The United States is seeking to increase the supply of crucial 155mm artillery ammunition to Ukraine to support its counteroffensive, reports Militarny. According to the Financial Times, the US has already signed agreements with Bulgaria and South Korea to supply shells to Ukraine and is negotiating with Japan on the same. The US wants to both supply more shells in the short term, including from partners, as well as to increase their production in the US over the next 2 years. According to the US Army, Washington aims to produce up to 90,000 rounds per month by fiscal year 2025, up from 24,000 now and 14,000 per month before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The United States is therefore building more production lines, including refurbishing a facility in Canada and installing a new assembly line in Texas. Army officials said that they may also create new facilities to load, assemble and package ammunition in Arkansas, Iowa and Kansas. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just 2 people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.